Recording started.
Yeah, okay. This has got some novelty value. I'm actually in the railway station, but I was using this background last night at home to limit the amount of tidying up I had to do. And it didn't really work at home, but it works here for some reason. I don't know why. It kind of makes sense to me to use it here today, and I'm not sure exactly why. But anyway, welcome to Free Association, live from Newcastle Railway Station, on destination 1850 with a cup of coffee. And I want to talk about class prejudice, because I had an encounter with somebody yesterday in the pub, admittedly, who claims that working class people are thick and not capable of running the country. So obviously he's not going to be a Labour Party voter. I know he's not a Labour Party voter within 3 seconds of talking to him, but I didn't realise how much class prejudice he actually had. And I think it's a problem. I think we've managed to deal with racism and sexism and homophobia to some extent. What about class prejudice? What about prejudice against the working class by a ruling elite who claim that they should be in power? It's an underlying issue. That's an underlying problem. If we don't tackle that, then nothing changes. Because there'll always be an elite who claims that they're superior and should be ruling the country, when actually the civil servants more or less rule the country by whatever information they put in front of politicians. So that's the ruling elite. Whether there's Tory party politicians in there or Labour Party or Lib Dem politicians in, it's the civil servants that are running the show. And that's the way it should be. But then we can't have the Tories claiming that they're a ruling elite, because they're not. They're just doing what they're told by the civil servants. And it's an issue. It's more of an issue than I thought it was. And it's something that I'm going to have to start banging on about a little bit. And I'm not a fan of banging on about anything, but if it becomes necessary and it becomes obvious that there's a problem, then I'll bang on about it. And these are the conversations that make these things obvious to me. My reaction was just to say, no, I'm not accepting that. At which point he left. But he was expecting me to leave. He was expecting me to back down, and I'm not backing down. That's an issue. That's an issue for the whole country. It's an issue for the whole world, actually. It's claims of being an elite, claims of being superior, claims of being more highly educated, or whatever it is. It becomes a claim that reduces other people, and that's not right. It's not right at all. We're all the same. If I was born into a family that always sent their children to Oxford to be educated, then I'd have been educated at Oxford. If I'd been educated at Oxford and I'd done PPE, I would have been a Tory politician probably, because that's the way I would have been brought up. So it's not. Nobody's an elite. Nobody's an elite. There is no such thing as an elite. There is no such thing as any person who's superior to anybody else. I don't care what their behavior is or what their belief system is or what their approach to life is. Everybody is human. That's the baseline. If you make yourself superior, then you're making somebody else subhuman, because you can't be any more than human. And it's an issue. It's a big issue. And I'm going to have to find a way to tackle it that's entertaining. I don't know how I'm going to do that exactly, but on a different subject, last night I did another Technocratic Tyranny Blues show on Podbean, and that was fairly entertaining. And it works as a format. It's a music format with 1 or 2 clips. So I'm doing an hour. I actually did about 53 minutes last night, and I reused one of the clips. So I need to find another clip and another couple of tracks, and then I've got I've got more than a full hour now because I've added a couple to it. I need to find a couple more clips from movies to use, and then I'll be sorted for that particular format. And I can change the music every day. It's easy enough to change, and it runs from the Rodecaster Pro 2. I just put the music on smart pads. It runs from the Rodecaster Pro 2, and then I just do the interaction with the chat room. And the interaction's better with music than it is with just playing clips. I've discovered after a year. I should have worked this out already, but it took me buying this piece of kit to make the difference, and buying a new laptop, because I can now play music without clacking and people hearing the keyboard endlessly, which makes life a lot easier. So that's the format from now on. I'm going to do at least an hour show every night. Every night, somewhere between 9 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to pick a specific time for it, but there will be an hour show at the very least Monday to Friday, and probably on Sunday as well, because it makes sense Monday to Friday to do it. I can do it at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock or whatever, and do it whenever I feel like it on Podbean. And I'll set it up during the day. It's very easy to just add a couple of new tracks, reuse some of the old tracks, and add another couple of movie clips, more or less every day. So by the end of the week, I'm gonna have 48 sound pads filled with either music or clips that I can use for a show, and that's enough. It won't even need to be changed all that often. I can change a couple every day, and that'll be enough, because there's enough variety there in 48 to cover an hour show without too much repetition. So there's the plan. There's the plan. I haven't figured out how to do this on Mixcloud yet, but I will. And I presumably can do it on TalkShoe as well. Feed the music in on TalkShoe. If I can get a good Wi-Fi connection, then I can do that. If not, then it won't be there. But obviously it's a music format on a talk radio network, so that's probably not going to work very well, because they won't let me publish it. I don't know whether I'm allowed to do that live or not, but I shall find out. And if I'm allowed to do it as a live show, just as a one-off here and there, and I'll do that. If not, then I'll focus on Podbean. It actually got me a subscriber last night, and there was a guy interacting, or somebody, I assume it was a guy, I don't know, interacting in the chat room, liking the show, and was there for almost an hour. So that's better interaction than I have with just clips. Much better interaction. So I think the combination is the way to go. Even though I can't publish it, it's the way to go on Podbean, because it'll get me subscribers there, which will increase the clips. Shows that I publish will get more listens or downloads or whatever. Anyway, that's enough for now. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon.